Hey bitches! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe and leave a like for new content every Monday at 9 p.m.
What is that?
Shout out to Rant, Trisha Marisa Avedra, Ariela Agapito, Crisaya Don Arabe, and Kalel Cabot at the back for being here today. So this video will be a little different from my usual katangahan in the classroom. This would be called giggle moments. Giggle moments in the Philippines, if you don't know, is when you are ranting. It's so noisy, I can't!
What if I'm the...
Siya ba ang dahilan? Okay, stop! Here in the Philippines, here in the Philippines, depression is becoming a trend. More and more students are suffering from depression because it is the new trend as of today. If you have depression, that means you're cute, you're fabulous, and you are joable. Joable in the Philippines means you are a good catch when it comes to dating. Why? Because in novels and such, depression is interpreted.
I can't believe you've done this.
How rude! Depression is becoming more and more prominent because novels interpret depression as cute.
What is that?
What is depression? Depression is a chemical imbalance in the brain in which the brain cannot produce serotonin, which is responsible for the joy that you feel when you are happy. Automatically, when you suffer from depression, you may be smiling, laughing, but you can never really feel true happiness. There are support groups out there that...
Oh shit!
There are support groups out there that can help you overcome depression for a healthier life. Depression prevents you from doing your passion such as dancing, etc. And most of the times, you feel empty and you do not have the will to continue on, resulting into suicide. But due to the trend of depression here in the Philippines, depression seems like a joke, which is not a joke. Depression is a serious mental illness which needs to be treated. Here in the Philippines, there are two types of depressed people. The people which are the bandwagon depressed,
Don't talk to me, I'm depressed. That means I'm cute and I'm joable.
And I have crippling depression.
the I'm crippling depression are the ones who really suffer. The ones with the I'm the ones with the I have crippling depression are the ones who really suffer from depression. They do not make a big deal about their depression because it is an illness and they don't need to broadcast to the world that they are
Fucking depressed.
And then there are the bandwagon depressions. They are basically the girl in pieces type of shit that basically says they are depressed for attention and for the joable factor. Example number 1. Meet Clarissa. Clarissa is the depressed girl who tries to live her life and who tries to overcome her depressed state of life in order for a better future. She seeks medication, professional help, and most of all, sticks to her loved ones. In the meantime, meet Jejepax. Jejepax is the bandwagon type of depressed. She cuts herself for attention. She cuts herself for attention. She surrounds herself with toxic people. She posts all over social media about how depressed and lonely she are in means of gaining attention. Well, in fact,
Oh,
if you have depression, why not seek professional help? If you post on social media that you are depressed, you are basically asking to be attacked by the people in social media, which are very toxic. Right now, I'm saying that people who are bandwagon depressed can't relate. If you're suffering from
What is that?
suffering, what is suffering? Is that when you eat dinner? Suffering from depression, you have to seek mental help because it is a chemical imbalance, as I said, and it's not an emotional factor. Although you cannot be truly happy, that makes it a little on the side of an emotional factor. You still need medical help for you to be truly happy. Another, for you to determine whether you are depressed, I will read to you, I will say some factors of depression, which is number one, the unwillingness to continue your passion. Girl, are you okay? Yeah? Why did you ask? It's because you never attend our dance practices anymore. What's the use? I have no more will to continue.
Tragic.
Number two, the urge to be alone. As depressed people likes to say, they are more like loners because they don't really feel happiness in the presence of others. Because people usually aggravates depressed people, which result into a more angsty and more vicious type of people. They tend to surround themselves with books and other things to waste their time, or they usually play around in the means of getting the day over. Depressed people can't help but to wish for a better tomorrow, but no matter what they do,
I hate it!
they can't seem to find real happiness.
Walk out the door, you see someone that you know and they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't.
Number three, they feel all types of pain. So to those people saying that when they cut themselves, it's okay because they are numb already, that is a big load.
The bullshit!
Yes, they say they are relieved when they cut themselves, which is basically,
The fucking lie!
if you are depressed, you can still feel pain, but you can't feel happiness. So what's the purpose of cutting yourself? You're still human, you feel pain, you feel agony. So if you cut yourself, it is not cute, it is not trendy, and it definitely is very disgusting. You do not have the right to take your own life because, for one, it was given to you by the Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I'm an atheist, yes, I am. I have no religion, but I still believe in God. Yes, I still believe in God. So if you cut yourself, you are basically asking to die. So don't you ever feel like you have the right to take your own life, because no one has the right to take someone's life just because they feel privileged, they feel depressed, and they feel like
Fucking bullshit in this toxic community!
people.
Connection loss.
People who suffer from depression always feel depressed. Now there's a barrier between feeling depressed and straight up depression. Feeling depressed is the feeling of extreme loneliness that at one point you want to give up. But at the end of the day, that feeling of depression is subsided with happiness. While depression is a mental illness in which no matter how hard you try, you can't seem to find real happiness in the presence of others, in the presence of your passion, or in the presence of anything by that matter. You just can't seem to find happiness. So there are medications out there to help you overcome depression. I think I've given a clear description of what depression is. So if you are suffering or you think you are suffering from depression, go to your local psychiatrist and ask ask for a diagnosis on whether you really are suffering from any type of mental illness. Now, onto the vlog, I will be accompanying my daughter Jerly. Let's go, Jerly. Jerly, come back here. My hips. I'll be accompanying my daughter Jerly. Wait, my ID!
We must stay.